Malungelo, the Lesetleng community comes to mind. They also had a victory in the Constitutional Court, in fact, last month, when the court set aside an eviction order. Today, yet another victory for another mining community.
That's right, Michelle. In fact, shortly after that order was handed down by the judge, these villagers who had arrived from Xolobeni to come and be here in Gauteng to listen to this important ruling began really calling their relatives back home, telling them that they've actually won. Mining cannot take place in that community without their full consent. I want to bring into this conversation one of their attorneys, Johan Lorenzo. Thank you so much for your time, sir. Let's first understand one thing here. One of the things the judge emphasized was full consent. Explain to me, what does that mean in this regard?
So I think that's really important. To date, mining companies have been awarded rights without consent at all. And now moving forward, the consent has often been taken to mean a simple majority vote called by Inkosi or the chief. That's not good enough. Full and informed consent is what's required before the mining right can be granted, and that must be in terms of the customary law of the community itself. So as Amampondo, the customary laws our clients have instructed us is that consensus must be sought and the emphasis is placed on the directly affected rights holders rather than a mass community meeting where there's a simple majority vote.
What does then this mean for the residents, the villagers who have been opposing this mining for about 10 years or even more?
I think it's important to put in context. Every time I would go visit the community at community meetings, elders would stand up and say, we already said no. Why does the mining company keep trying to come back and force it on us? And this is important because it says you have that right to say no, and especially the directly affected persons who are in the mining area have a right to be fully consulted, to get the full information about what is going to happen on their land, and then say yes or no to mining.
What does then this mean for other communities that may find themselves in a similar position?
The minerals legislation was passed to take away a right to say no, primarily for landowners who benefited from apartheid. It's had devastating effects for thousands upon thousands of community members who have lost their land rights under this regime. And this puts an end to that as long as people are represented and can assert the right to say no.
Thank you so much, Johan. I want to quickly bring in Sibusi. So here, Michelle, please forgive me. I just want to get a quick reaction from one of the villagers and a member of the Amadiba Crisis Committee. Sibusi, so thanks for your time. How are you guys feeling?
I'm feeling good today because we are waiting for this moment long time ago. But earlier on we were just like stressed because this is not for us as people from Xolobeni, it is the whole South Africa. And I was taught that it is my concern that I was taught that the magistrate court, they can maybe try to protect the South African economy or the South African business in terms of to tell the people from South Africa the truth and the law and the rights of the people.
Do you still want to meet with Minister Mantashe? Do you still want to see him in the village?
No. I don't like to see him in the village because we always, as the people of Xolobeni, saying the same thing. It's not that maybe the ministers that they were the minister before, the former minister, they did something wrong or the wrong consultation or something, they must maybe fix those problems. No, the people from Xolobeni were saying that we don't want mining.
Okay, Dada, thank you so much for your time. All right, Michelle, that's Sibusi Adu. He's from Xolobeni. He's also the chairperson of the Amadiba Crisis Committee. You've heard from him that they are pleased with the outcome of today's proceeding, and of course they're looking forward to going back to the village of Xolobeni where they'll also tell the masses about today's outcome.
All right, well, thanks very much for that. Malungelo Boy tracking that story for us.